Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Liverpool podcast. A show I've been looking forward to the show, people. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? It's great. United in the mud. Liverpool are flying. And just to let you lot know, obviously Caribbean people will know. Non-Caribbean people might not know. When you get cursed out by Caribbean people, it just hurts more. That's what it is. It don't matter what the accent is. It doesn't matter if it's Bayesian. It doesn't matter if it's Jamaican. It doesn't matter if it's St. Lucian, if it's from Grenada. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, I've heard Barnes and Pops tear into Manchester United, and it hurts. I've heard Lex do the same thing in a Jamaican accent. And even though it's different, it hurts. But we're here, people. Can anyone stop Liverpool from winning the Premier League? The question answers itself. The league's been there. Now, anyone who said this was lying to themselves. What's going on here? Why's my shit froze? What is happening? Am I back, people? I just froze then. I don't know what happened. I just froze. But anyway, Liverpool are going to win the Premier League. Anyone who thinks different was lying to themselves. And Manchester United must win versus Newcastle. Liverpool just put 5 past West Ham. So we'll get to it. These smiling, these happy Bayesians in the building. Barnes is in the cut. Pops is in the cut. What you man telling me, man? You man good? What's going on?
We blessed, man. How was the holidays for you, bro? How was Christmas?
Oh, yeah. Christmas was A1, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm still recovering now. I'm not going to lie. You know what I'm saying? Ate well, drank well. I'm good. But yeah.
You ate a lot of food like me and Pops.
Yeah. Man had a lot of food still. Yeah, a hell of a lot. Yeah. So all good. You man both have blessed Christmases?
Yeah, blessed with family and stuff. You know what I mean? Liverpool just keep winning, so it just makes things even better, bro.
You lot are just on a roll. What are you telling me, Pops? You good? Yo, you're on mute, fam.
You're on mute.
I just realized. Thanks. Happy holidays, man. All good.
Love every time, Pops, man. Love every time. Big up to everyone in the chat. Again, make sure you subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV. Let's start there. Subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV. Go run up the numbers over there. Hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe. Bayesian Reds TV. The link's in the title. It's underneath in the description. It's on the featured channel page. And it's not just underneath in the description on this live stream. All the live streams, Bayesian Reds TV is there. So go subscribe and run up the numbers and support the man them over there. Especially if you're a Liverpool fan. You should be all over Liverpool content if you're a Liverpool fan, to be honest, because you lot. Yes, Ryan, like I've been telling you, the league has been done. A couple draws didn't change that. The league has been done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm honest. Like, I'd love to sit here and be like, oh, such and nah, it's been done. The only team that was going to stop Liverpool this season was really and truly was City. And they obviously fallen off a cliff. Arsenal are going to Arsenal. Chelsea ain't there yet. There ain't nobody else. So here we are. But big up everyone that is tapped in. Barnes, will start with you. 5-0 winners at West Ham. Thoughts?
To be fair, it should have been about 9-0, to be honest. If we were just more clinical and me and Pops just complain about that, yeah, Pops, it could have been 10. It's true. If we just could be more clinical, and we've said it so many times, we would have run that score line up today. Mo should have had a hat trick. You know, the lads played well. I mean, the only negative in the entire game is Joey G coming off with seems to be a hamstring injury. Mm-hmm. Don't know the extent of it, how long he's going to be out, if it was serious or not. But outside of that, McAllister, Jones, Gravenberch bossed the midfield. West Ham had 0 shots on goal. They really didn't put up a fight, to be honest. We just controlled the ball, controlled the midfield, controlled the front. Kudos did a couple of things. He hit a bar twice, one with a shot, one with a header late in the game. I was a complete domination, you know what I mean? And hey, man, we just keep running up these things. And hey, Arsenal, you're balling in again this year, bro. No trophies for you. 0.
Damn.
Number 20 on the way. Number 20 on the way. Number 20. We can tie with United. Number 20 on the way.
Yeah, you lot are, unfortunately. I've said this, man. I've already just been like, yeah, you lot are going to do the business. Pops, what you saying, man? Thoughts on the comprehensive victory? And the fact that you won 5 and you saying that it should be more is testament to how well you lot played and how poor West Ham were.
Yeah. I think two things can be true. So you said it just now. We were good in Liverpool for about 5-7 minutes or so, to be honest. It was a little back and forth. And the commentator said, there are goals in this one is open. And probably within 30 seconds of that, I think Mo had his first chance, then Curtis had a chance, and then a couple other chances. And you thought to yourself, all right, one of these didn't go in, man. Once one going, you know, it can be problems. Quality is different. Let me be fair. You look at West Ham on paper, you look at Liverpool on paper, and again, ain't a brag or anything, but without Antonio as a centre forward, struggling in the middle of the park in the competition, really 5-3-2, 3-5-2, 5-4-1, whatever you want to do, ain't giving you enough attacking impetus. I gotta say, Kudos had a good audition though. So if Kudos was looking at a move and having a little whisper to the menu saying, "You see what you do there? You put a little dribbling. You see that, right? All that one there." So he was decent, but in all honesty, there wasn't a lot else to talk about in terms of West Ham. The keeper, second string keeper, made a couple saves probably that he should have made anyway. But we were just, in all honesty, all over the park, just way better than them in every single position. Comprehensive victory.
Agreed. I would say it's probably one of our most complete games. You would say so to the Pops for the whole season. It's probably one of the most complete games we've had this whole season.
If you lot perform, do you think there's a game you lot have performed better than today?
We've done it in spurts. So we've done some first half, second half, but we haven't done it for a whole 90. This has probably been the first one that we've done most of the game.
Thing I liked about it is clean sheet. Of course, everybody knows that he's a clean sheet man. Sleep good tonight. Yeah. But 5 different scorers in a game. Love that. Not a hat trick from Mo and whatnot. Everybody had a turn, which means everybody got some feeling of form heading into the weekend.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that one, Flawless.
Oh shit, is it next weekend?
Yes, sir.
Fuck's sake.
We gotta set that up, bro.
I realized you look at me blank just now. You saying
fun.
You know why? Because when you said
smiling like that heading into the weekend comment.
Yeah, because when you said it, because we're playing today technically. That's why
you play tomorrow.
I'm thinking, what I'm talking about? Because we play tomorrow for you lot, today for us. Barnes, after this show, we'll pattern it. We'll sort it out. After this show. So for those that don't know, obviously you don't know, I do watch-alongs, Bayesian Reds, they do watch-alongs as well. So we dual streaming that. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Not so good an idea now, but we still gonna do it. So the watch-along, the Liverpool Manchester United watch-along will be live on Bayesian Reds TV, live here on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube, and it will be live on the Sarcasm City TV playback as well. So it'll be Barnes, Pops, a couple of the other Bayesian Reds, then it'll be me, Eddie, Sheik from Sheik TV, as well, people also, and then so basically 4 of us. So 4 United fans, 4 Liverpool fans. Like I said, it sounded great at the time, and now I'm thinking about it. Maybe not so, but it's still going to run. So me and Barnes will talk and sort it out and get that sorted for you lot. And if you lot think it's good and enjoy it, next time United play Liverpool seasons from now, we'll make it a regular thing. But yeah, it is this next Sunday, isn't it? See, I've not even looked that far ahead. Fuck. Damn. Oh my, yeah, United, you lot, like, I don't often say you must like do something.
You ain't doing nothing, bro.
They gotta do something, man. United gotta do something, man. You gotta do something. Yeah, Sunday is 4:30. Do something. We'll be live an hour before per usual, people.
Since
as well.
Last we spoke.
Go on, Pops.
We played 4 times, scored 14, conceded 4, and your luck has gone in the opposite direction. Since you beat City, it's lost to Spurs, lost to Bournemouth, lost to Wolves. Jordy's tomorrow at Old Trafford.
That give you a loss again.
Fuck. Yeah, they stylistically are wrong for us, man. Shit. Even if we were in good form and they were in bad form, I don't want to play Newcastle.
They're scoring. Right now, they're scoring.
Yeah, I've watched them. I watched them against Ipswich. I watched them against Villa. The game, I think it was Brentford I watched them because I like watching Newcastle, and they've hit form because they were struggling before that. Then they clicked into gear at the right time, and I just go, just look. But hey, United must win. That's why I put in the title. Go win.
They got Crab in the chat, man.
Oh yeah, shouts to Crab as well. Crab will be the one that will be there as well on that watch along that we saw out also. Yeah, Chindu, I'm fully aware, man. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It'll be a good stream. It'll be a good watch. I'm sure it'll be entertaining, but we just gotta do the business, man. Fuck. Not good, man. Not good. Yeah, man.
That one's
Whose idea was
circled
that?
on my calendar.
Was that you man's idea or was it my idea?
It was
Did
my
I come
idea.
up with it? It
Yeah,
was your. I bet it
me and
was.
Pop.
Yeah, I bet it was. Yeah. I bet it was you, Barnes. Yeah. Was it my idea?
Now you were euphoric.
Was
Yeah,
it me?
post
Did I get
Ten
caught
Hag,
in the
post Ten
euphoric?
Hag,
Was it
and
post-
now you feel you was feeling the carnival vibes and thing, you know what I mean? Ten Hag gone, you know what I mean? It's Amorim, man, living my life. Let's do this thing, man, Barnes. Let me do it, man. Liverpool, man, you think let's do it, man. It's padded it up, man.
I can't believe it. I can't believe. Oh, here we are. But people, it will happen. It will happen. I just didn't realize it was next weekend. That's what's thrown me off. But I had a bit of respite. It's because it's Christmas, New Year, and then because we play as well. I'm like, but it is actually next weekend. And big up to wild name, but big up Destroyer for the super chat.
Big up Destroyer.
Big up Destroyer.
I'll call him Destroyer and keep it stepping, but big up. That is a wild username in that. But big up, man. Big up Alice. Big up everyone in the chat, man. Again, run up the likes. There's over 180 in the building. I'm only at 33 likes, man. Let's get up to 100 likes, people. Let's get up to triple digits as well. But yeah, man, you lot flying, man. And the only I can't even say, but the only negativity surrounding you lot, well, news side is the whole Trent thing. We'll go to you, Pops, on that. It's still up in the air. Obviously, multiple rumors, multiple reports. Where do you stand with the whole Trent thing? In regards to reports have come out stating that Real Madrid haven't been in contact. Obviously, saying Real Madrid have been in contact. Thoughts? Just noise.
If you watch the game today, you see what he just did.
I seen him back.
Yeah, he was doing this after he scored. Yeah. He do this, look, all in noise.
There's a lot of noise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no noise. Maybe he's saying, yo, you lot need to chat to me. I want my money.
Whatever.
Flawless, you know my opinions with the money thing. I don't think he should get more than Virgin more, but I think he should get a pay increase for sure. But you know what? Whatever gonna happen, man. I ain't even listening to the noise. We just wait and see where the dominoes fall. That's just your routine that I take it right now. I just can't be bothered.
But the funny thing about it is this, right? If Trent is moving, it isn't a decision he made yesterday. He knew he would have been out of contract from last season. Everybody knew that as well. All during the summer, so all season long, the three of them knew where they would stand. We at the top of the league and the top of the Champions League in the semi-final of the Cup. And you're hearing people saying this and that about Trent and he should do this, that, and the next thing. For me, football play the football. The contract ain't nothing to do with me, Flawless. And this is one of the things that I don't like about sort of like again as an old man. So football for me was just I come and play whoever who sign, get signed, who leave, whoever. I had all of this. See all of this? This never used to happen. In my era, my manager used to pick you up in some bedroom slippers and a cardigan and drive you over to the ground, pass you the contract, and you used to see I playing for Liverpool and I happy signing you going along. And you know that too. Fergie used to go to the airport and pick up men that was going to other people's places and say, you're going here. Carry it to Old Trafford. And it was signed. So all of this saga and all that. And to me, people saying what? That can create problems for the team. How that working out right now? Tell me how that working out right now.
True. That's been quite.
League, you see anybody looking at Trent sideways? You look, Jota made a joke. For Christmas, he can get Trent a paper and pencil. Paper and pencil to sign the contract. That was Jota's joke for Christmas.
I like that. Yeah.
So these men having fun at the fans' expense. Because the fans doing a number and going mad. But these men having fun at their expense. Not mine, because I ain't in this. That's why I do this. That ain't for me. I here to watch the games. And what I've seen from Trent, I hear other people saying, oh, look at this. Trent was sulking today, or Trent didn't do this. I say, all right, you know what? Every day ain't a good day for everybody. Today he was sulking too, which is why he did that. Yeah, I hearing a lot of noise. Shut up now. Let's just do that. What will happen. And it's probably been decided already, in my opinion. Serious.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be he's staying. Oh, he's going. The decision has been made already, because you can't just move to another country with your family. Your brother's your agent. You probably can carry whoever, because I don't. Well, Trent ain't married and he ain't got any kids, but I don't know. Maybe he carries his current family with him or whatever. I don't know. But people looking at the game like it's the 1990s, where you throw a contract, a man, and you just sign it and you move off. It's a different time, man. So, and I am not. If I was 16, maybe I'd have a different view. So maybe when I was 16, maybe I'd look at Trent and say, that's my brethren, man. I mean, he grew up together basically in the football club. He can't do that. If I was from Liverpool, maybe I'd have a different view as well. I listen to Tom Little and I say, well, you know what? He's a Scouser. He's younger than me, and he has a different view of what Trent is to him, and that's his view. So the idea that Trent is leaving on a free is a big thing for him. Oh, he can't leave on a free. That's disrespecting the club, and look what the club did for him and all that. And you're saying, well, yeah, the club did do it for him, but he had to work bloody hard to be here for 20 years. When he turned up as a 6-year-old kid, no one looked at him and said, you know what, you can be what people consider to be the best right back in the world, or a generational player, or whatever. Virgil and Mo, the same thing. When they started playing football, getting up in the snow, the parents dropping them here and then doing them sort of things. It wasn't the club, as in wherever you land now, that did all that for you. You had to do the work. Subsequently, then obviously you make moves, and you learn from managers or wherever, and you learn from playing around players. Iron sharpens iron. You train in the club with players that are better than you, and you pick up some things. Yeah, that's, I guess, the club now that helps you do that. But you as the individual got to put in the work. So at this point in time, if he thinks for his global brand and what he wants to do, going to Madrid is his gateway to AC Milan, and then he does the David Beckham tour, or like Ronaldo or whatever, cool. I don't have a problem with it. If he stays, again, cool. Don't have a problem with it. Less of the talk, more of the playing. That's me.
Yeah, because it's amazing how he scored a couple goals and put in a couple of good performances, and people not talking about how the contract's affecting him. Nah, it don't matter. But what's your thoughts on it in regards to his better form as of late?
He's had some good games recently. Salah robbed him of an assist today, to be honest. A sweet one, too. I put one on the plate for him right in the middle of the box. Salah took a sweet touch and could have picked any side and blast the ball over the bars. I was like, geez. He made a couple of sweet passes today. I mean, Trent's had some decent games over the last few games. He's just going about doing his business, man. Trent's going to make his decision, as Pop says. He probably already made up his mind. He keeping it on the wraps. He keeping it close to his chest. Nobody ain't know nothing. And if there's one thing that this fan base should remember, Liverpool leaks nothing. This club is whole, everything close to its chest. You don't know what is happening with this club unless they let you know that something's happening with this club. You can speculate all you want. There's no leakage coming out of this club whatsoever internally to what is happening, who they're buying. You just know on the day of. And they've ran like that for the last umpteen years. So this is no different. We don't know what's happening with him. We don't know what happened with Mo. We don't know what happened with Verge. We're hearing that Verge and Mo pretty much contract agreed. We just wait and see. I got a funny feeling that we're gonna know New Year's Day. You can see man signing their pen to paper, and that can be beginning the transfer window, and then man can be locked up, and then man can be like, all right, be laughing, and then have a laugh at everybody else at their expense for how they're reacting. But look, we got trophies to win. Flawless, you've heard me say it. I want all the belts. I want all the trophies, starting with the Carnival and the league, or the League Cup, as some people will call it. We got to dismantle the Spurs because they're completely in the pits, doing quicksand. They're sinking fast. Ange Postecoglou, he job on the line. Lopetegui, we can see if he got a job tomorrow morning. Look, I just want to win the trophies. That's all it is. I start with League Cup, and then we continue to move our run through the Champions League, get into the knockout stage in the Champions League, continue doing what we got to do for the Prem, clean up this title, and then if we dare, which I think we will be for the Champions League, in the late rounds, possibly in the final, do that, and then deal with the FA Cup as well. We got lots of trophies to play for, so let me focus on that.
Saying quad, yeah?
Yeah, I want everything, bro. I'm being greedy this year. I want everything. Unless mathematically I can't get it,
Yeah.
I saying I want it all. I saying quad. I saying it. Unless they knock us out of a tournament and say that we can't win it, then I say we winning it. You know what I mean? I that confident with this team. And me and you have talked many times. Me and Pops have been saying Liverpool can win this league from preseason. So we said it.
That's true. You lot have been on this. You lot have been saying this about Liverpool. Yeah.
This team was in the running the entire year last year until the wheels fell off later on this season. And I think the Klopp last season announcement with him leaving the club really took the sails out the team at the very end, and they ran out of gas. And Arsenal went past us, and City went on and win the league for a 4th straight year. This team had the nous to win last year, and there was no reason for them not to be in it this year. But people was disrespecting Liverpool beginning of the year. They can finish 4th. They can finish 5th. Some Manchester United people had Manchester United ahead of Liverpool. Arsenal thought that they were always ahead of everybody else, but clearly they came down from Pluto and land back on Earth and get a swift cuff in the belly for a reality check, which is good to see. Now they got Saka out for the rest of the year, hamstring surgery. I want to see where the goals can come from. I see how 7. No, you can call these 7 Arteta. You can call these 7 Arteta. No, because I put in the same boat as 7 Hag, your favorite buddy there. Buying 7 center backs and playing them in different positions and seeing how that can help you in the league. Listen, Arsenal better be careful of Forest. That's all I can tell them. They better be careful of Forest. Because Forest is stingy defensively. They don't score a whole bunch of goals, but they don't give up a whole bunch of goals neither. And they're just quietly doing their business. Nuno doing a good job. So look, I here for the quad. I want to see it. I want us to do something so that you man can't say nothing. I can go and point this here. Again this way. United men can't say nothing because you never did it. Arsenal men would be in the mud. Them men would be jumping off cliffs, CN Towers, Eiffel Towers, swan diving, hitting ground full force because the head can be in space. And Liverpool do a quad this year. A lot of men will fall off. I tell you, men shut up the YouTube channels and all sort of thing if Liverpool win the quad because you ain't gonna want beer.
Yeah, you lot can't win the quad. No, it's like it's just not that you can't do it, but you lot can't do it in regards to no. We can't have that. We can't have that. Hey, Champions League, Barcelona, Madrid, Bayern Munich, all that. But anyone, someone in the champs. That's what it is. Someone in the champs do something.
Somebody step forward.
Yeah, somebody. I've been saying this, Madrid, your time. I've been here before Madrid. You know, I've done it many times with City. Hey, what's one more? Actually, you've done it with Liverpool before. So carry on. Even though you're not, you Don Carlo, the rest of the cast, hey, do what needs to be done. Whether it's them, whether it's Barca, whether it's Bayern Munich. I'm trying to think who else. Inter Milan, Atalanta, whoever. Pattern it. Yeah, sorry. What are you saying, Pop stuff? On the quad stuff? Because you are looking like Premier League, I think, is sewn up. Champions League, obviously, you're definitely one of the better sides. FA Cup is draw dependent, but you got a favorable first draw in that in the 3rd round. And the League Cup, let's face it, you're in the final. So, what's your thoughts? You're playing Spurs.
You got to put away one first, isn't it? You got to put away one first. So, Spurs in the semi-final should be a trip to the final, to be honest. Absolutely. With all due respect to them, but Postecoglou's job might be on the line, to be honest. So maybe there's a turnaround. Maybe they get back some of the injured players, but then it's still Arsenal and or the Geordies in the final. So you can't just look past a Premiership side in the final. But winning the League Cup would be obviously the start of it, and then the conversation will begin. Obviously, people are gonna laugh and say, "Well, yeah, you remember the last thing you spoke about the quad?" And it became one of weird things where people say, "You remember the quad season?" I said, "Well, nah, you mean the double? Because we didn't win the quad, so don't refer to the quad. even if you went minutes within, it doesn't matter, seconds, whatever. It didn't happen, so don't refer to it in that regard. We did the double, and don't look. I find that is a weird conversation around football where, oh, you did the double, you only win them cups. And you do realize that there are 4 opportunities for you to win things in the season, generally speaking. Mm-hmm. And if you win 24, now we turn it into tennis because we're talking about majors. And you're saying, oh, So we've written off the domestic cups totally now.
That's
And
brilliant, yo.
It's like we're playing tennis.
We're
No,
really
but
just gonna-
it's Wimbledon and the Australian and US are like majors now. Like, what's
I
this?
said, are we talking?
What is
tennis?
this?
Hey, Pops, oh my god. That hit me. That is good, yo. Imagine you talking major stuff. What is this tennis? You right? I only talk about the majors, but that's good. Sorry, that's funny, man. Oh, I'm crying. That's good, yo.
I'm glad that you're amused because I was amused the first time. I said, "What? Wait, what? What you just say?" Oh, we gotta win a major. When we win a major, you really understand something. There are very few teams that win the Champions League. One. Yeah. So how you disregard everything else? Oh, the Europa League isn't a significant thing. Okay. Well, win one then.
Yeah.
Win one.
Arsenal.
Oh, the League Cup ain't important. Okay, no problem. Win it then. We got 10.
Mm-hmm.
Last time we checked, when we count trophies, we say how many we speak. We count them all as trophies, right?
Absolutely. Nah, we do. I hear the difference between the two, but yeah, I don't disregard any trophy personally. That's when people are like, oh, you celebrate the Carnival Cup. Yeah. I'm not gonna I'm not saying build the manager who won it a statue outside the stadium or their legends, but it's still a trophy, it's still something to be celebrated. There's levels to it, but it's still a celebration. It's still good job. Well done.
Winning starts somewhere. And I'm not saying, if you win that, it means you're going to win something else. What I'm saying is winning is a good thing. Winning is a habit. Winning is a habit. So winning that is good for some of the players that haven't won. So their players on our team, let me see, actually no, because we won the League Cup and everybody else has won. So all of our players are winners, effectively. Other than I would say that the Endo played last season.
Endo was on the team last year.
He played last season. And he won it last year. So only Chiesa was added this year. So he's the only person who hasn't won.
He's the only one. Yeah.
But I don't get it. So I ain't really interested in our conversation just yet, Flawless. But obviously you're in every competition and you're in every competition to win them. Everybody. You start the season saying, all right, let me win as much as I can.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Arsenal do count the charity shield as a trophy, though.
Yeah, that is crazy. Counting the community shield. That's where man said it. Man sat down in a press conference said I won 3 trophies. I was like, yo, is this?
Yeah, I know. He taking a piss, bro.
You lost me there. No, you lost me there. Listen to me, right? Man United and Liverpool have carried that trophy around the stadium together. We shared that. Holding it on either side with it in the air. This years ago. That can't be something you count. The fact that we're willing to say, let's just share this. What? Man United and Liverpool willing to share something? Clearly, that ain't got that ain't it. That's no not meaning. It. We all know what that's about. People call it the Super Cup or whatever. All right, rebrand it and start next year and call it the Super Cup and mean something different and let's start fresh. But what we call the Community Shield / the Charity Shield / whatever, no, that's a preseason friendly in my eyes. That's what I've always said. It's nice to be there. Because that means last season you were a winner. Well, it used to. No, you could finish second and runner up. Yeah, because it depends. Playing it because you may not win everything. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why you shouldn't want it.
Yeah. And I don't want it unless I win something. Because City won the treble. They were there one year one because City won the treble.
We were in it because of that too.
There was any charity shield.
Yeah, charity shield, community shield. Yeah, it's a nice friendly, and that's it. Man. Like ain't nothing.
Preseason friendly, nice day out and all that. Come on.
Yeah.
Like I said to you, Flawless, it just shows the mentality of that damn stupid manager. Yeah, he counted 2 charity shields as trophies. It shows the weak mentality he has, and it spills over into that team overall. When you see them going up, and we talked about this previously, going up against City, instead of go for City's neck, they sit him back and waiting to hit men on counter instead of go after them. Look, not even your team, who in the mud right now, sat back on Manchester City. You guys went at them. Manchester United went at Manchester City. You guys didn't sit back. You went at them. Arsenal is the only team I know that won't have a big, pretend that they're a big club, but then when they go and play teams that are quality, they can sit back.
No, you right.
Get the hell out of here, man.
You right, yeah. Community Shield, it's mad. Big up to Casper as well, man. Shout out to Casper. JT, appreciate that. That's I like to have flawless. Big up. Hey, big up. Big up, man. Sky just rolling them back again with this username.
5mm defeated.
Wow.
Hey, big up to you, man. When this fucked up, man. I'm back again. This shadow's rolling.
Oh, man.
Big up to you, man. Quality username. Blessings, man. I hope you're good. Oh, shit, yo. Oh, that is bad funny. Oh, Lord. You lot continue to run up the lights.
Nah, I ain't rattled by Arsenal deal. I can't stand Arsenal. There's a difference.
I'm with that.
I can't stand your team. I can't stand
Dale, you think Arsenal are winning the league, Dale? Talk to us, man.
Nah.
The Arsenal fans, you still believe? I'm genuinely asking. Nah, but I want to know who still believes, though. See, you know it. I know it. Pops knows it. We know they ain't winning the league. But I want to know if they're still believers. Dale, are you a believer? Let me know. If there's Arsenal fans that still out there believe. Yeah, he still believes. Fair. All right.
Okay.
Cool, man. I respect it. Hey, and as you should, Dale, believe in Arteta and believe in Arsenal. I do respect that. All these Arteta routers and all that. I heard it. Carlisle says, see, come on, you gooners. Yeah, man, you don't believe in winning the league under Arteta, man. I'm with that. We ain't that far behind.
That's where the Charity Shield came from, you know. That Charity Shield winning thing that he was talking about is just him trying to sell himself. Not so much. That's not staying on the club or whatever. That's him saying, look, guys, I've progressed. That's him trying to keep people on side because he can hear, much as Trent knowing this, he can hear it as well. There's discontent. Everybody isn't on side. Everybody isn't saying, yeah, I believe, or yeah, we in this or whatever. There's a lot of people who saying, all right, you said you left us thin, because he said that. He said the squad is thin. After praising the ownership, he then said the squad was thin. I said, all right, that's kind of a funny thing to say, you know, because you beg at the ownership and then you said a thin.
Damn.
But that's their problem, though, not mine.
Yeah, that is definitely their problem. 100% definitely their problem. Yeah. Big up to everyone that tapped in. John says, flawless, we expected the United saga to continue. Now I wasn't expecting this type of run. Even though I didn't expect to going on to United a quick fix and for it to turn around instantly. Did I expect it to be better than this in terms of results? Absolutely. Yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I don't know, because if it's been so long, and this isn't like you, John, but when people hear me talk about the team and the manager, because they haven't heard me believe in the manager for so long. I think it's probably been since Ten Hag's first season. So we're saying nearly 2 years now where people have actually heard me believe. It's like believing in it's like a player being in bad form, for example. But if I rate the player, I expect the player to turn around said bad form. And I expect the manager to turn around what's going on despite the team and everything that's going on, despite who we're playing. 4 and 5 is unacceptable. And he's to pattern that up. And he knew what he was getting himself into. That's why I don't give him, there's no excuse there, the reasons to it. And is it solely on Amorim? No, of course it's not solely on him. He's been put into a terrible predicament. However, he understood the terrible predicament he was walking into. And I understand the level you are at and you are paid big money to sort it out. Are your options great? No. But how often is a manager sacked and you go in and everything's going swimmingly well? Normally, a manager's sacked 99 times out of 100 because the team is underperforming. So either the players are underperforming or not good enough or a mix of both. And these are the things you have to sort out. And hearing you talk, I know you know how bad this team is because you've said as much. Literally, I state this all the time from his first interview all the way up until now. He has politely called these man shit consistently. This is why you see man getting dropped. This is why man are being banished from games. All this type of stuff. This is why people are like, oh, Garnacho's his guy. Garnacho ain't started in 4 matches. So why is Garnacho his guy? Or is he just seeing, like I was talking about, what everyone can do? Rashford probably won't play for Manchester United again. He would have thought that at the start of his reign. I didn't even expect that. I thought it would at least be to the end of the season, but it dispels all these myths about players having to play. No, managers choose to play. No player has it in their contract that they have to play people. Because if that was the case, no manager worth anything is taken on a club. Imagine they come to Amorim and go, all right, we going to sign you to, we want you to be the manager, but you have to play Rashford X amount of games, or you have to play Garnacho or Bruno or whoever. No, he's chosen to play those players. This is why you've seen literally everybody bar Bruno be dropped. Garnacho started 4 out of his first 5 league games. he's now not started in 4. Like I said, Rashford's been back. Rashford don't even make squads no more. And came out himself and said, yeah, I'm looking for a new challenge. And when I leave, he didn't say if, he said when I leave. And he's the poster child. Number 10, Mank born and bred through the youth system. But yeah, Amorim got to get it together. And I rate him as a manager as much as I don't rate all of these players. I rate some of them. And this is why I've said I don't think it's an 11. People are like, oh, United needs to pick his best 11. We don't have a best 11. We have a core 5 or 6. That's what it is.
So, Flawless, I got a question for you. I've seen some United fans calling for Amorim's head already.
Before you carry on, just 1 second, Barnes. Tabodi says, why are we talking about United? Look at the thumbnail. For those that don't know.
He's laughing. He's laughing. Nah, he's
oh, you got it all. See, that's not correcting my bad.
Yeah. Big up, buddy. Big up, buddy. Big up, buddy.
You got me, my bad.
Big up, buddy.
Someone else said caught me there, bro. My bad. You got me. Good one.
So I seen some Manchester United people calling for Amorim's head already, which for me, Flawless, is a bit crazy. Because like you said, he inherited a mess. There's zero quality other than Ahmad on our squad. Maybe Ugarte could do a job for you. But outside of the two of them there and Mazarari, which you bought for a steal, in my opinion, your team needs like completely throwing out in the bin and retooling in order for you to see real proper results. However, what I can say that he has to hold some responsibility for is you got to figure something somehow, some way to scummy out results and get draws, even if you draw for the rest of the season, just to go in. But United has to be in some sort of European competition next season, or is that a must for you? For you yourself?
Yeah, it's still a must. Yeah, to me, it's still a must. Like, I've not dropped it for the first part. You said like fans calling for the manager's head is crazy. After some of those same fans gave Ten Hag all this time, and they'll kick and scream and shout about how bad the team is. Well, that manager put this team together. That's why I don't get on Amorim about his options, because this is not on you. The options you have are nothing to do with you. Now, how you utilize these options, that's on you. And like you said, figure it out. I'm not giving him a blind and giving him an excuse to lose matches because the team's bad. Nah. That's no excuse, because the first 5 games, we wasn't having this conversation. But now we've lost 4 out of the last 5. Now it's a conversation. Nah. You can do better. I think Amorim said as much, pretty much, that he can do better and the team can do better. And I can believe that. But people think it's all like, this team is far away. No one's talking about winning the Premier League, challenging. No one's talking about top 4. But improvements. Because we're still not, even though we're more caught adrift now, we're still not completely caught adrift because of this league and everyone taking points off each other. You win 2-3 games in a row, you can shoot right up the table.
Yeah. And your bank account is overdraft right now too.
Oh yeah, we live in the red, but people always say that, and we'll again, Manchester should find a way. Same way I talk about the manager, find a way, and they'll find a way. Because I've been hearing about us being in debt for the longest, and yet we still like it's like every year man's been content creating. I always hear the same. Oh, United only have 50 million to spend. Then we spend over 50. Then it's United only have 100 million to spend. Then we spend over 100. Oh, United only have 100. They'll figure something out, and that's like Amorim, similar to the hierarchy. Like, sort it out.
And your goal difference right now is what, -3, right?
We back in minus. Speaking of overdraft, we back in overdraft. We back to minus again.
And tomorrow that's going to go down even more.
I hope not.
All right, Flawless. Who are your team?
You got Flawless. You got the Geordies. You got your Geordies at home. You got Liverpool away, and you got Arsenal at home in the cup. Southampton and Brighton as your next 5. What's the expectations in that 5? Because you just said he lost 4 of the last 5. Here's another 5. What's your expectations in that 5?
You gotta win at least 3 out of 5. Newcastle on the last 2 you mentioned. I'm not hearing this whole. People have said the whole. It gets worse before it gets better. I'm not of that phrase. I'm not with that. It makes no. I think it's a cop out, to be honest. Because then you're accepting that it's okay to lose. Oh, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Says who? When has that ever worked? I've never ever seen that work for any team where they've been bad, losing a lot with a manager, and then all of a sudden it clicks, and then they go on and start winning things. Okay, they might get better. Like people will point to Arteta, for example. They still ain't won nothing. So what is better? Okay, you've improved, cool, but it's not the best. You lot are on your longest trophy drought in however long. So what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. And is it Brighton at their place or our place? Oh, it's at our place. I think we
No,
lost
you're
there,
at
right?
home those last two.
Yeah. We're at
So
home
the
to
ones that you
Southampton as
call
well.
the Geordies are home
Yeah.
home to the Geordies, home to the Saints, home to Brighton, away to Arsenal,
we
away
got
to Liverpool. So you're saying
That's
three
it, man.
home wins, away losses.
What's that? You can't just keep losing losing games. Full stop is like you can't.
No,
But
I
you
agree.
can't.
I agree.
Yeah, you can't just keep losing at home, and it's like I'm gonna be okay with it. Like no, especially when I rate the manager. If I didn't rate the manager, I wouldn't be okay with it. But I'd be much more accepting of it because I know it's a skill thing for you. The reason why I was critical of Ten Hag because I know you're not good enough, but I wasn't too passionate about it because I just knew he was terrible. Whereas Amorim, I expect much more from because I know you're a better manager. I've seen in a short space of time what you've done, how the team has changed, and how you've spoken about the team. You know what you're talking about. You understand the issues we have. So therefore, perform better. Drop certain man because you've made mistakes. It don't mean he's not made. He's made mistakes. Like now you have to play. We struggling from set pieces. Play Casemiro. Because he's very good when it comes to defending. When it comes to aerial duels, he's our best player. Play him. This is what I keep, and people will say, "Oh, the options ain't the best." Because even when I was on Saeed's channel and we were talking about the wing backs, and he was like, he was saying play Dalot left wing back. He's Newcastle. I'm saying play Malacia, and he's like, Malacia is terrible though, and I'm like, he's just coming back from injury. He's like, how you man campaigning for Malacia, and it's like it's not a campaigning for Malacia thing. It's about dropping players not in form. Dalot's been terrible. Drop him. I've been advocating for this. Play players until they play poorly and keep on rotating and switching it around. And he's done that for the most part, outside of two, which is Bruno and Dalot, which is why I don't know, especially the Dalot one. I don't get either. Obviously, Bruno suspended for this game against what's it got and against Newcastle, as is Agate, unfortunately. But now we're gonna see it. So you got to figure it out. Yeah, there's no Agate or Bruno.
Why is Agate? Is that because of yellows as well?
Yeah, yellow cards. Yeah. He picked up a booking.
Accumulation.
Yeah. Which is nice because he could have missed the game against you lot, which could have been, that would have been terrible if he would have missed the game against you lot. Surprised Bruno didn't wait for this one to then get picked up to get the sending off to miss you lot because he has previous for that.
Yeah, he did do that the last time, to be fair.
We've seen him do it, but people don't want to talk about it. I've seen him check it in before.
If the red stood, he would though. If the red stood, because you appealed the red. So if the red stood, he would have missed hours because he would have been suspended.
But it was 2 yellows, right? Because it was 2 yellows. It wasn't a straight red card.
Yeah, but he had a red from before.
He had a red from before,
so he would get 2 games for the red as opposed to 1.
Is it? Okay.
So yeah. But you appealed it and it's clear. So I think he's.
You should have appealed that. FA should have rejected that shit, man. That's what it is. But yeah, in regards to it, this just the long story short is that I understand all of the issues Manchester United have. Players not being good enough. The squad. You cannot lose football matches in the capacity. You can't lose 4 and 5. It's unacceptable. I'm sorry, it's unacceptable. Simple as that. I don't think as bad as this team is, it's not I thought losing 4 and 5 games. It's not, it gets worse before it gets better. It's not, okay, we just gonna accept being bottom half of the table or we can't finish top. Nah, because that wasn't the conversation before this. So why is it okay now? No, he needs to perform better. The manager and the players have to perform better too. A big up to Sai for the super chat. Says big up Beijing Reds, brilliant from Liverpool today. I really like the goals I spread across the front three, mainly Gakpo, Diaz. They need to step up. Mark-up, brilliant. I'll let you respond to this.
Yeah, we gotta give Gakpo has been in some serious form over the last few games. He's been scoring in the cup competitions. Now he's moved that into the Premier League. He's scored in the last 2 games, if I'm not mistaken, straight. Diaz also, after going since September when he was on 5 goals, now he's on 8. So he's scored 3 goals in the last 2 or 3 games as well. So he's picked up form as well, which is good because I like to see it spread across the front line and not squarely be on Mohamed Salah's boots. But Mo just doing most things. And, for us, we can talk about saying separately when it comes to Mohamed Salah, but yeah, I think the boys had been doing phenomenal recently. And Maka today, for me, was my man in the match. Maka was all over the pitch. He bossed the midfield. He was splitting lines. Again, he was another one that got robbed of an assist from Mohamed Salah. He put a ball through defenders and put Salah straight on goal. And more, instead of he putting the ball top bins, keeping a hand on it and hit it out for a corner. Mo should have scored that one too. But yeah, the lads are playing phenomenally well. And Gravenberch, for the whole season, has been our best player from a consistent standpoint. But yeah, I mean, it's good to see front three flying. It just makes it more dangerous. That's the truth, in my opinion.
What are you saying about this, Pops? This guy's put up the 5, yo. This guy.
He got 5 on it.
5 stars.
Yeah, you lot are on smoke. And Tyler of Gambling says, big up Flawless. You are on Ruthless Sayeds in Saeed's stream. Shout out to Saeed. Obviously, big up to Ash. Big up Musa. They're my guys. And I hear it like in regards to United's form being poor. I understand why people are pushing back at things I'm saying in regards to the team, but it's then when people go over the top. Like when Musa said, Forest, if they lose 5 out of their next 20 games, that's a collapse. But they're flying and in second, but if they lose their next game, they would have lost 5 in 20. So how is it a collapse? Just stuff like that. Like, things are bad, but to me, it's always, and rivals get it. I get when rivals do it, making things worse than it is. But as a Manchester United fan, why are you over-exaggerating it? That's what it is for me. Rivals do, I do it too. You know what I'm saying? Make things, and you're supposed to as right. That's jokes, that's banter. But it's when United fans do stuff like that. So when we were talking about Forest, yes, Forest are currently clear of Manchester United right now. They're currently in good. Well, let's not act like we had them there. Because when they were 17th, man, we're talking. It's like the Elanga thing. I want to talk about Elanga now. But when they was battling relegation, no one was talking about Elanga. But now all of a sudden, Elanga's a mistake to sell because Forest have had a great start first half of the season. Elanga's not that. And I think Elanga's a solid player. Do not get misunderstood. Premier League player. But is he the guy who's going to take you over the top in the Premier League? No. When people say, he's better than what you have, it's another lazy argument. It's easy to get. But I know people personally who are better than players at Manchester United. I have man in my Saturday League team who are better than players in Manchester United. Legit. Better. I can go 5-a-side near me and find players who are better than man. So that's not the level. That is not the bar. We can't be on here and say, the Manchester United players are so bad. But then say, go and get such and such a player because he's better than what you have. If you have a player who's a 2 out of 10 and you get a player who's a 4 out of 10, that's not good. It's an improvement, but it's not where you're trying to go. You want to go get quality is the point I'm making. So that's why it was. And then I made some valid points because what I'm saying is far-fetched. Of course, Manchester United been shocking for him. Finishing top 6, tough. Winning Europa League, tough. But I said all this before the manager got here. That ain't going to change over in 10 games. Now, chat to me maybe in 10 more games. If we carry on like this, of course it's out the window. Can't continue to lose 4 and 5. But do I expect us to lose 4 and 5? No. Because I expect more from them. I don't know what it is if people are like, not you, Tyler of Gambling, that I expect more from the match or the players are bad. We knew this. But manage at a high level and figure it out. Because Forest are second. Forest don't have the second best team in the league. It was 17th last season. They're second now. And they'll probably finish, let's say they finish top 7, top 6. Phenomenal. How did the manager do that? Same way with Emery, with Villa. When he got there and others. And when we was debating it, there's the Liverpool show with Klopp's first team. Klopp's first team wasn't good. We put up the lineup and had a big debate about that. People were like, that Klopp team is better than yours. I'm like, I'm not saying, I'm talking about the improvements that was made. So you're Manchester United manager, paid big money, and you're talented. Make it work.
Yep.
Is where I'm at with it. Make it happen. Like that's where I'm at. But big up to you. I love gambling, man. Big up every single time. Shouts to you. Let's see what else you lot saying as well. Hey, big up Jez in the cup. But we'll go to you, Barnes. You mentioned it. Mo Salah in absolute ridiculous form. I'm saying most informed player in the league, arguably the most informed player in Europe.
In the world.
Where does he rank? Because people are saying, is he, you know what I'm saying, the best ever? Is he better than this player, better than that player? Well, where do you stand with all the conversation that's going on surrounding him?
I see a lot of disrespect to Mohamed Salah, in my opinion, because a lot of people are getting it twisted. Yes, there are footballers that are way more techier and more pleasing to the eye and more skilled than Mohamed Salah. But you can't use that as your only debate. You have to factor in what you've done from a statistic standpoint when you've rating who is the best amongst those players. Stats have to be put into the players into play in those scenarios. I see a lot of people talk about Eden Hazard from Chelsea. Yes, he is a better footballer, but is he above Mohamed Salah overall? Hell no. Not even in the same league. Mohamed Salah is putting up stats that Hazard could even dream of. Look at where Hazard sits over time in over the Prem history. Look at where he ranks in terms of goals or assists. The stats don't lie. It has to be a part of the debate. There ain't a lot of people that can talk to Mohamed Salah. And I can say this right now, and a lot of people might not want, especially Arsenal fans may not want to hear me say what I can say right now, especially my brother Troops. If Mohamed Salah wins the Premier League this year again and wins the Champions League, we can have a conversation about Thierry Henry because his stats alone above Henry's.
Damn.
His stats is above Henry. And if he wins a Prem and he wins another Champions League, he's got the same amount of Prem as Henry, and he'll got one more Champions League on Henry. It is a conversation.
Henry won the champs in Barcelona. He didn't win at Arsenal.
Exactly. Henry won the champs in Barcelona. He didn't even win it at Arsenal. Exactly, Pops. He didn't even win it at Arsenal. He won it at Barca. But he won one. So I'll give it that. I'll give him that. But Mohamed Salah in goals is, if I'm not mistaken, flawless. He right there by Henry, or he just gone past. He like right on his neck.
Charles, no? We're going
assists for sure. I know he's above Henry.
Pretty much got the same numbers.
A lot of people don't want to have it.
The numbers are pretty much the same.
You have to factor in stats, and you can't just swing one side and say, oh, the tech ability. Tech ability is one thing, but you could have all the techers in the world, but your stats is crap. Hey, I tell a lie, flawless. I tell a lie.
Nah, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? I hear both. I hear it because it's like, it's one of them. I say this because we've been having this discussion. And it feels like this conversation following me around. I always say, what is the metric? Metrics is what is dependent on, because everybody's like when we say, oh, world class, not everybody's. People have different definitions of world class and what their standards are and things of that nature. So that's where you start the conversation. That's why Salah's cold. I've said this. Salah's top quality. That's why you never hear me disrespect him whatsoever. I just don't think I think there's a bracket of players he's not with, but that doesn't take away from him. I think that's very tough to get into. I'm saying when we're talking to Henry, there isn't point blank period people. There's a handful of Premier League players I think close to Henry. Henry gets in my all-time Premier League 11. Period. And when I say that, I'm starting from 92 all the way up until now. Premier League, and that's me saying that as a Manchester United fan, Henry doing what he did to us on countless occasions and being a thorn in our side. But that is just me. There's very few players that get there, but people might hear me say that Salah's not better than him, and then be like, oh, that's this. No, it's not. I just don't think there's many to Henry. I just said Henry gets in my all-time Premier League 11. I think he's that good. Ridiculous. But again, the stats do matter, of course. Same way impact matters to me in regards to big games. Overall, trophies matter. But the longevity and stats, Salah's ridiculous what he's done in the Premier.
And look at what what he's done against the big clubs. Bro,
yeah, his big game play, his big game record is
big clubs.
Yeah.
But Manchester United was sick of Mohamed. They can't wait till Salah leaves the Prem, bro, because he has absolutely destroyed you, man.
He's been on point, unfortunately for us. Scored too many goals against us in particular at friggin' because he had a bad record, and all of a sudden at Old Trafford, and all of a sudden it turned around in the past 3-4 years, and that because there was a period where none of the three of them had scored. Your big three at the time. And then all of a sudden, he just turned it around. But
see, look, Kevin just said it. He's 2 more to reach Henry's goals in all time in the Prem. 2 more goals. Mm-hmm. He's going to pass him this season. And in assists, he got more than Henry.
Yeah.
And if he wins one more Prem and one more Champions League, he equal him on Prem, he equal him on Champions League. So why it can't be a debate? The stats, he's a big game player. He's won the trophies. But I still see him getting highly disrespected. I saw someone talk about some players. I was watching back again. This was last weekend? And you guys were having this conversation on Monts
A couple days
ago. And I was like, I heard some of the players, Troops have put some guy up that was chatting on, I don't know where you would get it from.
Yeah, it was a Twitter thing. So it was a guy who had put out a video. I think it was off his TikTok where he posted the video on Twitter and he was like 30 players better than Mo Salah. So he was just listing the players quick in the video. Yeah, some of them were nonsense. Some of the players.
Some of the guys that I heard in there.
But we got to understand as well, some of that comes from rivals hate. You know what I'm saying? Like that also stems from wind up, especially with Monts as well. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll wind up, so people are going to do that. That's what it is. I've said this. Salah's cold. Like, the certain players he is better than, the certain players to me he's not better than, but that's not a slight. That's what that is. We're just literally discussing this on the Q&A. Like, you say, oh, Salah's cold, best right winger we see. This Salah's not better than Cristiano Ronaldo to me. Said this at United. He's not a better right winger. Unless we're saying Ronaldo at that point was on the level of Messi and Salah. This Salah's better on the level of Messi and Kaká at that point, because that was the big three. But people will hear me say that and think that's a shot. There's very few that get near that big three. Like Messi, Ronaldo, Kaká are probably three of the best players we've ever seen, period, in the modern day. Three of the best players, period, at that point. From like 2006 to like when it was those three, 2010 until like Kaká kind of fell off. But it's one of them. It's gonna rumble on. It does spark interactions. Yeah, it's content, and I feel like that conversation's following me around. Bear in mind to be United fan. It's like I've got nothing because I said it on the Q&A. I let just get disrespected all the time. I don't pay it no mind. You know why? Because they won multiple things from our Scholes win all that. Cool. But
yeah, I saw that person put Scholes was on that list. I'm like, wow.
People like, oh, Scholes wasn't all that. All right, sure. He just dominated for a long period of time, but he went all that. Cool.
He even put Lampard ahead of Salah.
That's another one, and I rate Lampard highly, but the certain midfielders I wouldn't put Lampard with. But that's not a shot. I just don't think he's off certain people like Gerrard Lampard. I think Gerrard was better. Yep. People will hear that and think that's a criticism of Lampard. No, Lampard was quality. It's quality midfielder. And to score, talk about stats and numbers, to score that many for midfield is an incredible feat. But yes, but Pops, what are you saying on this whole Salah thing?
The problem with the premise is 1992, 2024. Come on, man. That's 30 years. We've drawn a line in the sand in 1992. The 1984 Liverpool team won the League Cup, the League, and the European Cup. That was the first that you heard of a treble. In 1999, United won the FA Cup, the League, and obviously the Champions League. Redubbed it the treble, and he basically erased the history. That was 15 years. That's a 15-year gap. Those two teams were never compared. There was never a conversation about that team and that team, ever in the history. Because conveniently, what your guys did was draw a line in 1992 to say this is how we can look at football, right? So good. If you've done that and you're willing to drop off all that history, why are we still talking about 1999 now, 25 years beyond that point? Because you didn't go back that period. So to me, when you have a discussion, especially about the Premiership, if you want to be serious about the discussion, what you need to do is sort of come to a point where you say, all right, what do you consider to be the early area of the Premiership? And what do you consider to be the modern area of the Premiership? Because it isn't the same thing. Because Mo Salah is not a right winger. 4-4-2 is what we played back in those days versus what you have now. So if you're creating a Premier 11, what are you playing? What style are you playing? 4-4-2? Salah's not going to be your right winger in a 4-4-2.
Yeah, he's going to be a right.
And if you're playing a 4-3-3, you can cheat. You can cheat and make it work, right? Because 4-3-3 works. You can arguably say I can stick Henry on the left, but Salah on the right, and then they can get the best striker, whoever they want to be my 9. And you cheat and make it work. But to respect the players in the right way, if you do it honestly and say, all right, let's draw a line at one. You decide that before you have the discussion, because you won 7 of the first 10 Premier Leagues. And nostalgia says Schmeichel's the best goalkeeper for some people, or Van der Sar. But it's you. It's Keane. It's always going to be you, sprinkled with the odd Arsenal player if you start at that beginning. Then there's a period where Chelsea came in and you'll say, well, Czech was exceptional, but is he ever better than Van der Sar or Schmeichel? Michael, all right, that's a conversation. But it depends on where you draw the line and the next set that you're looking at. Similarly, if you look at City's group, now you're going to say, well, can any of City's team get into... And that's where the conversation happens, right? It doesn't make sense for you to say, well, I'll take Rodri over Roy Keane over Patrick Vieira. And you're saying to yourself, well, would you? Yeah, Rodri won the Ballon d'Or, and he's the best right now. But if I ask the Arsenal and United fans if they can take Rodri over them, they can say, nah, never. They can say it. And it will be dismissed. It's not a let's debate, let's discuss. Roy Keane was the best captain. He's won 15, 10, 12. That's what you can do. Shut it down. So in order for it to be a proper discussion, that's what you got to do. Because Alisson Becker, for me, is the best keeper in the world right now. But he's not Peter Schmeichel. But Peter Schmeichel isn't Alisson Becker either. But you might argue, well, if Schmeichel was asked to use his feet, I think he could adapt and he would be as good as these guys. I said, all right, maybe, but Alisson was still big, so he could be as good as Schmeichel back in your time. But Liverpool never won the Premiership for that period of time, so nobody that ever played at Liverpool can ever be good enough to have a discussion about. As again, another problem. So it becomes, oh, my guys won, and it's very disingenuous then in the discussion as opposed to, well, let's really look at football and say, you know what, Steven Gerrard was a good footballer. He happened to be in a team that wasn't good enough to win the Prem, but that doesn't mean he wasn't good enough to have a discussion about him in best players of that particular generation. And that's what you don't get because it's all about one-upmanship. At the end of the day, the conversation is what color you going? You going red, he going white, he going blue, he going... Yeah, so we repping my team. Yeah, Scholes was shit. No, he wasn't. And that's what he's here. That's what he's here in the conversation. Gerrard was better than Lampard. Gerrard was better than Lampard. So Gerrard was 100 and Lampard was 0. That's what you just heard because that's what I said. That's what you hear. Then it becomes very defensive. But he scored this and he did that and he did this. That's not what was said. You're splitting. You have to understand in this conversation, you're splitting hairs. The margins are fine.
Facts.
These players are on levels that's supposed to be in the highest of heights. So you don't throw in an odd name and say, well, definitely not him. Salah is not going to get the Jews in a discussion. He's not. Oh, he only won one Prem. Oh, Liverpool only ever win the Premier League one. So Salah is a non-entity. Steven Gerrard, non-entity. Van Dijk, oh, he's not as good as them. The strikers weren't as good. The Premiership isn't this. The quality. They said it. Ask some of them players what they think of him. Yeah, boy, he would be a problem. That's them, not me. That's the players looking at these players and saying, this guy here doesn't seem to have a chink. He's quick, he's strong, he's look this sort of language. I don't like how he looks. Because that's what we say, I don't like how Van Dijk looks. All right, cool. You like how Terry used to hustle and bustle or whatever, or Saul Campbell or whoever. But again, Saul Campbell in the name is mentioned, Ledley King in the name is mentioned, and two of them, to me, exceptional centre-backs. But it's all about Rio Ferdinand and Vidic. I think Jaap Stam, to me, is better than Vidic, for me. I think Stam's a better centre-back.
I've said this, that Stam's the best centre-back I've ever seen in the Premier League. That's just me. Said this.
But Stam played for a small period and he wasn't necessarily a cult hero because he got farmed, basically got bombed out. So he doesn't get the same level of love from people. But for me, I think he's better.
I think that's fair. You ain't going to hear that.
The discussion becomes very much a popularity contest.
Yes.
And in a banter. So it's popularity and banter. So it's very disingenuous. So if you want to have it, then create the rules to have one as constructive. And you say, well, you know what? Maybe we'll do a team of the decades. That way, when you do the first one, you can say it's all mine. No argument. Yeah. I won 7 of the first 10 Prems. You know what? I'll think about Arsenal man, maybe. The next one, you won 5 of the next 10. So now you're saying, all right, we got to give a little more. The next 10 is only 1. That's weird. You've dropped off the hill. And then the next 10, there's none. So you're arguably out of the conversation in the last 10 years then. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't think anybody was good enough to be in the team of the decade or whatever you want to call it.
Well, all right, that's fair enough. Nah, for real. I think that's a very valid point on it. And we're splitting hairs and it is very popularity based as well and agendas and things of that nature. And it's true.
Someone said in the chat, Flawless, people just like the showboating and the flashiness and the techiness, and then that's why there's discredit more because he's not like that. He doesn't do that.
Well, And that's to it because people there is an aesthetic side of it, which is
Yes.
and then is people's balance.
Yeah.
Like it's not me, it's multiple. Like me, I just say like it's multiple things. You
Yeah.
can't be an attacker who's got the aesthetics but then puts up no numbers. But to me, you can't be all no numbers and zero aesthetics. That we're talking the greats be a mix.
Yeah.
Be a mix.
More
That's
today. Put 2 men on their ass today. 2.
Yeah. Like people act like Salah's Salah's not a scrub from a technical standpoint. Okay, he's not Hazard or Mahrez just from a technical standpoint, aesthetically, but you don't score that many goals in accident. It's not an accident, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You don't dribble past man an accident. Like
he's a one-season wonder, as they said, right?
Yeah, 1 season wonder. Yeah, it's great.
7 years
Flawless,
later,
if you have to explain that fact, that says it all. If you have to explain that fact, that says it all. You can't have
because you said
300
because you said it
plus.
when you was like you say Gerrard's better than Lampard, so that means Gerrard's 100 and Lampard is 0, rather than Gerrard's 100 and Lampard's 99.9.
Yeah.
Like you can say, oh yeah, he's top quality. That's what I have to say. When people say, oh, Salah, this I rate Salah highly. I think Salah's top quality. This is me as a United fan saying this. Top quality. I just don't think he's better than certain players. It's not a shot. That's a very select group. It's very hard to get into that group, in my opinion. Obviously, people can be different as well. Like differences of opinion with it. But I just let it know what it is. And I don't talk about players before my time, people. So I didn't watch. I'm not going to include them in certain conversations. 80s all before that ain't my time. That's why you don't hear me talk about players from the 80s. Even early 90s. I don't talk about certain players like that because I didn't watch them too tough. Saying that's why you won't hear me when we talking goals, start talking about Maradona or Pele or certain or Baresi, for example. Just throwing out names. Before my back about. Right before my time.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really comment, so I just do it on what I've seen. But that's people for you. Well, you lot run up the likes, man, because there's over 190 people in there. We're only at 69 likes. Before we close out, let's get up to 100 likes, people. Hit the notification bell as well, people. Hit the notification bell. Let's run up the likes. And again, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to Beijing Reds TV.
Quick one for you, Flawless,
Go on. Which one?
Quick one for you.
Rooney or
Rashford or Onana?
Oh, go on. Wait, what? Rashford or Onana, did you just say?
No, not or. I saw a link to another keeper saying that Onana's unsettled. And you mentioned Rashford. Are you expecting something to happen around them in Jan?
Oh, shit. That's news to me. I didn't know that Onana was unsettled. Hey, if you're unsettled, you can leave, my friend. I had no idea about it.
It's just something I saw.
I had no idea. Thank you for sharing that information with me. I had no idea. I'm with it. I am not fighting for any of these players. If anyone wants to leave, they can leave. That's where I'm at. Even the players I rate, if we decide to sell them, it's like I'm not going to cry about it because it's like you lot haven't performed. Even the players I like, the better players, even a Maino, for example. It's like, and that's not me saying people I want us to sell. Of course I want us to keep him, but my point is I won't cry about players leaving because I've seen better players leave this football club. Yeah. Seen my favorites and GOATs leave the club. So that's where I'm at with it. But I didn't know about but Onana, been on saying Onana is not good enough. It's not, even though he had his good run of form before he's made like 3 mistakes in like the last 4 or 5 games. But I don't let form confuse me. People do that all the time. People start talking about form over class. Like form-wise, Chris Wood probably, I think stats-wise, form-wise, Chris Wood's the best striker in the league in terms of goals. He's like, nobody thinks Chris Wood is the best striker in the league, like overall. But currently, right now, on form, he is. Form-wise, he is. Because form, like they say, form is temporary, class is permanent type of thing.
Agreed.
So, yeah, like that's
he's the best for Forest, though, to be honest, though. That's what it is. He's the best for
Forest.
He's very
good for Forest.
Much like Elanga and Gibbs White and Cho are doing their thing for Forest, not for their former clubs, not Chelsea, not United, not Wolves. So
that's it. And to Denzel Curry, you missed the point. He says, come on, Flawless. We go on, fam. Go on, so you're gonna say, Pops. Go on.
No, go on. Read it.
He says, come on, Flawless. We should, I think he meant to say keep. We would keep or should keep Maino, Canacho, Bruno, Yoro, De Ligt, and Mazraoui. The point I'm making is I'm not fighting to keep anybody. Take out the new signings because they just got here. Exclude Xerxes and that. Someone offered 50 million for Xerxes right now in January, for example. I take it. Talks about him leave. You gotta show me like something on the pitch. If I'm going to defend you, there has to be some. I cannot defend those performances. Perform well, I'll defend you. Mazraoui's played well this season, despite a past couple games, not the last one, a couple before that were poor. But I'll defend you because you perform well. De Ligt, Few players I was doubtful on over the summer have performed well. So guess what? I will defend the lit. I will defend Maserati because performances. One of my favorite players at the club. Has he performed well despite him being played out of position? No. So when people criticize him, I understand the criticism. Even though you are playing out of position, you are still better than that. And Maino will probably tell you that himself.
Yeah.
It's no excuse for giving away the ball.
Yeah.
Which Maino can do. Like, Maino's talented. So that's why I expect more from you. Whereas Garnacho, I don't criticize, so I know he's rubbish.
Yeah, he should be gone.
I know he's rubbish. I'm saying.
He should be gone.
Yeah. And he has been. This is why we ain't seen him in 4 games. Everybody was like, oh, he's his guy and did the there and that. Like, and now everyone's quiet about that. But he has to do the same with Amorim, and Amorim has to do the same with Bruno, for example. Drop Bruno now. Bruno's now the one that I'm like, I've seen you drop everybody else. Drop him. You have shown nobody is above being dropped. Because you've dropped Rashford, you've dropped Garnacho. Malacia went in the squad in the last game. The Lit's not played every game. Yoro hasn't. Maserati hasn't. Diallo hasn't. You've dropped, rested, whatever you want to say, all of these players. So do the same.
Yeah.
That's it. But
Yoro.
Who's the vice?
The vice captain is... Shit, that's a good question. Hey, chat, let me know.
Might be Maguire, you know.
Might be. I'm trying to think. Because he's not selected one. Because like when he's come in, he's not been like selected to my knowledge and been like, oh, such and such is the vice captain. Hey, you lot, who's the vice captain?
Euro struggled.
I'm just asking. Just asking because you see if you drop Bruno as his skipper, who's next man up?
Yeah, it's always, you know what? It's overrated anyway. In regards to captaincy, I think it's vastly overrated. Captaincy. I think it's vastly over. When City were dominating, no one talking about who their captain was.
Yeah. Maguire.
You know
Maguire's the voice.
Because to me, I say this all the time. If you are captain like, you will display captain like tendencies without the armband.
I agree.
If you're a leader, you're going to lead. There's nobody ever in the history of football who wasn't leading, whether it's by example, whether it's vocally or both, wasn't doing that, got the captaincy and all of a sudden started showcasing it. Because when you look back at, I go back to United times. Our successful times, we had 5, 6, 7 captains out there. Just because they didn't have the armband. Yeah. He was a captain long before he had the armband, people. It's just well known about. Gary Neville was a captain beforehand. Same way Yap Stam was. Same way Giggs was. Same way Cantona was. The list goes on. Bruce, Pallister, I can list as long as you are. Them man were all. Schmeichel, them man were all. Paul Ince, all. Robson, Bruce, all these men were displaying Captain Marvel tendencies. Yeah, Captain Marvel, Brian Rupp, like all beforehand. They didn't get the captaincy and transform. People treat it like it's the super soldier serum for Marvel. It don't work like that. It's like, yo, drop Bruno. You know what I'm saying? Like, drop him and just see what happens. That's what it is. That's where I'm at with it.
And throw him in the bin too. Say that again. And throw him in the bin too, Bruno.
Oh, yeah. He's got to be, but I'm just happy now that even his most staunch defenders are realizing, oh, he's not that good. Because we've had debates on this channel about this for years. Shout out to Eddie, the Man Them United shows, where we had people in the chat telling us we were wrong and he's world class. And this is 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago. People legit debating it. Now everyone's disappeared and act like it didn't happen. Obviously, regulars of the channel will know who was here. It was legit a debate on a weekly basis about Bruno Fernandes. And then it just got to the point where I was like, oh, you lot just ain't going to hear it. So now all the excuses have gone. Now what is it? Because all the excuses surrounding him are gone. All he's no longer here now, so you can't blame him. There's no Martial. There's no Pogba. There's no Luke Shaw. There's no McTominay. There's no Fred. All of the bad players surrounding him who were making him so much worse. All of them are disappeared and his performances have dipped. So what does that tell you, people? He's just not that good. Yeah. He's played in a 10, in a 4-2-3-1. He's played as an 8. He's now playing in a 10 with another 10 next to him. He's played in the pivot. He's just not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, but people try to gaslight me and tell, oh, he's a good player. Where would you be without him? Where are we with him? So I always ask, where are we with him? It's the nothing of note. Where are we with him, people? He's contributed to our 2 worst ever finishes in the Premier League. He also contributed heavily to our worst ever, contributed heavily to our worst ever Champions League campaign. Also contributed heavily to our worst ever run when it comes to Premier League in terms of scoring goals. But people act like these ain't things. Man, I want to use stats about Bruno until we start using them stats. But hey, we move.
Euro, he seems to be struggling.
So, talk about
He's struggling.
I think it's one of them. I think with Euro just getting up to the pace of the Prem.
Needs time.
I think it's the pace and the power of the Prem. I think he needs to strengthen up that kid.
No.
He is very, very weak for a center back.
He built like me. So yeah, he only 19. He is built like me. Like, so I get that. Like, so
you done yet, Barnes? You done yet?
He's only 19.
He's still a kid, man. You done yet?
The reason why he's some proper food though. Them sticks for legs that he got he need to go and do some leg pressing and
and I think he will.
Strengthen
I think that's just his build though. I think that's just his build. But the reason why I don't worry about Euro, because I've seen enough and I go, all right, cool. Like I've seen you be combative and you've not shied away. If you started hiding, I'd be concerned. But I've seen you make an error or you might get done. You're right back there. You actually have some physical attributes in terms of you've got good pace, good acceleration as well. So I look at him and I go, all right, cool. You'll be okay. So that's why I'm not too concerned about his form overall. I think he'll be all right in the long run. But yeah, exactly. That box orange, he's got my build, so I seen that. Like, I know that. He looks like me, so I get it. I say well, he does need to bulk up his facts. He does.
Yeah, he does.
If I don't, yes,
he does.
See, and yeah, Jez is saying it because he's
Rash leaving in Jan.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, it took Believer. He does.
Yeah. He leave. Yeah. Rashford's leaving in January. I think he's done. I don't think he'll be in the squad tomorrow. What's best? Probably alone. Probably similar to the Sancho deal. Because I don't see us moving a player like obligation. That. You know what? Arsenal is stupid enough to do it. So yeah, hopefully. I hope it's for obligation. They're definitely daft enough to do the deal. They bought Kai Havertz. They got Sterling alone.
Some people in the chat calling him King
and
Kai.
Raheem.
They loaned Raheem Sterling. So do I think that is capable? Do I think they're capable? Yeah, I think they're capable of doing that deal. But I think he's gone in January. Where? I don't know. Probably more likely alone. I think obligation may be an option. It depends on how badly we want to get rid of him because we'll pay some of his wages for the loan, which to me is a good. People say that's a good thing. Yeah. You have to pay 50%, 70%, 80%. That's good. I'll happily pay him 250k a week not to play for Manchester United. That's cool. That is cool. I'm fine with that because then it forces our hand to then go and get a player in because we're already short there anyway because we didn't replace Sancho. So we are not only are we short in terms of quality, quantity we're short there. So it's like go and get a player, whether that's on loan, whether it's permanent, most likely a loan, cool. But go get the manager some backups because we are short in those areas.
Yeah.
We got 2 strikers. We got I think 3-4 number 10s. You could ask, not really too much quality in there, but I think Rashford's done. From when he said the quotes about it's time for me a new challenge, when I leave, I said I didn't believe it was. I was live with Rants at the time. I didn't believe the quotes was real. I said, there's no way he said this. It's like, not a chance he said this. Like, I was like, no way has he just literally said, I'm leaving. And there's no way. And it's like,
ended his career.
Yeah, like it's literally turned out to be true. So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We'll find out that probably at a later date. But yeah, he's gone is very Sancho-esque. Obviously not the same way, but in terms of January. And the fact he's been, because I didn't expect him to be left out of 4 squads. I thought he'd be back. If not after the City, well, initially I thought, I'd be back after the City game because Garnacho was in the squad after the City game. And then I thought after that game, I'm like, oh, geez, like this is, you really on your way out. Like, okay, fair. So yeah, we have to pay him 250k not to play for Manchester United. That's a step in the right direction. I'm with it. I'm fully with it. So yeah, and Jez says League on is quite close to the Premier. Nah, go on, fam. So you're gonna say, go on, Pops.
Did you have him gone? Did you have him gone 2 years ago? To me, I think you should have sold him out 2 years ago. I think he should have left about 2 years ago. Just for him. Just him. Yeah. Just him. He should have just said, all right, sell me. Just because he didn't look like he was happy for a while.
No. He looks highly unhappy. You know what I'm saying? And he looks highly unhappy. And I've been saying that. Like, forget form, especially last season. You look unhappy.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is the manager continuing to play him, looking at him? You can just watch him and say, forget football, forget goals. You are clearly unhappy about something. How are you playing professional football and you playing for your boyhood club and you are unhappy? Something's not right. So yeah, in regards to it, sell him. And if it's 2 years too late, I'm just happy that all these noises are coming out about moves. Whether it's reliable sources, unreliable. You just mentioned Onana. Didn't know. Love that. Rashford, Garnacho, Bruno. The list goes on. Sell them all. Share a yard sale, man. You know what I'm saying?
Check your man deal's ready.
Yeah, man. You'd use who on the left there?
Rashford.
Oh, you taking my ass? Please, yours.
Rash.
Yours. I paid his train ticket up from Manchester to London, and that ain't cheap, and I paid it.
Flawless would drive him to London.
Yeah, I even drive him. You know what I'm saying? We got Uber. You know what I'm saying? And that. Yeah, Uber up there. The coach thing or something like move him on, because then it forces our, because people have said, oh well, Rashford's left and your attack ain't got much better. No, because the rest of the attackers are rubbish. Well, you start moving man on. This is why Rashford's been banished. We don't see Garnacho. Bruno's the next one, and just keep it stepping. And big up to Destroyer as well for the super chat. Says, why do you rate Amorim? Ten Hag's more impressive CV. Disagree with this. I don't think he has a more impressive CV. Amorim won a league title at Sporting after 20 years. Ten Hag was at the biggest club in the country. That's the difference. Now, if Amorim had won with a Porto or Benfica, I'd hear it. They hadn't won in 20 years. That's an impressive feat. Yes, they're the big three, but they're third on that list. So that's why. So I don't think he has a more impressive CV whatsoever. If, let's say, Ten Hag had won it with Feyenoord or someone else who hadn't won it in 20 years, I'd hear it. Or even if it was Ajax, but it was after 20 years. It's like, no, it's a big drought. 20 years. No, that's impressive. That's super impressive. So that's why I rate Amorim. And plus, I don't rate 10. Forget CV. I've had Ten Hag at my football club and he was off. So that's just what it is. And did everything possibly wrong. And yeah, shout out to Jacob as well, man. Every single time, make sure you lot subscribe to United Spurs of America as well. Jacob. Make sure. And yeah, just also against the big two in Portugal. You're going up against two. And look, that's why I respect what Slot did at Feyenoord and AZ, because you're going up against Ajax, PSV. It'd be like, in this country, I don't know, like pick a team outside the traditional big three, big four. Outside of Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, etc. And
let me make it easy for you, Flawless. Let me make it easy for you. It would be like Arteta winning it.
That's it. See? Spot on. Imagine Arteta exactly. Imagine thank you, Pops. Imagine Arteta won the league. Imagine what would be said if Arteta, because it's been 20 years as well. Imagine Arteta won the league this year, what the conversation would be. Bear in mind, Amorim didn't spend as much as Arteta. I don't wear that much. Nah, it's great work, man. He's spot on. This is why Pops is here, man. It's my G, you know what I'm saying? Why they call him Dr. Pops? Yeah, even astray. It's facts. You know what I'm saying? It's facts. Do you worry about Ineos decisions? Do you have any faith in them? I have no faith in them whatsoever. Zero faith. Don't rate Ineos. Don't like Ineos. Not like them for the longest. From the very beginning. But that doesn't mean they haven't done good things here. Like I like the window we had, for example. But do I trust them? No. Do I worry about them? Yes. Because they've made awful decisions. Major part why we are where we are is because of them. Because they didn't give Amorim a fair shot. They would have just sacked Ten Hag, got Amorim in the summer. They could have given him a preseason and he could have got 3 or 4 players in. And then who knows where we could be. I'm saying we might be in 7th. At least the form would be better. The results would be better. It'd be more, all right, let's go. But Amorim, if he would have came in the summer, by the way, people, would have been in a horrendous situation. But you've made a horrendous situation even worse. You've made the shit even worse.
Yep.
You've made it even worse. Like, why would you do that? Why?
Yep.
Absolutely. My heart, like, it's crazy. That's what they've done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got rumors out there that Milan wants Nunez on loan with an option to buy for 40 million.
Jeez, what is that? You lot Dawizzy, yeah? Because they just sacked their manager. Huh?
And Chiesa possibly on loan to Atalanta.
Jeez.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. And that's it. Yeah, so they've just made a terrible situation worse. It's like my house not having no electric. You've come over, try and fix it. Now I don't have no water. This was happened. That's what they've done with Amorim. That's exactly what it is. I've told you, yo, come over, fix my house. You're an electrician. I have no electricity. And you try and come and fix it, and now my water don't turn on. That's what they've done. They've made a horrendous. Like Amorim was already in a tough situation, and you made it worse. Because you said, hey, not only is it you have these bad players, you have to work. You cannot bring in any help. You've got what you've got. And people wonder why I criticize Ineos. There are major reasons as to why where we are. Because we are Chelsea in an alternative universe if they didn't sack Poch. Buzz and Chelsea had a critical decisions to make. And they got their spot on. We didn't. Because if they would have kept Poch, they'd probably be with us now. Because that's where they was this time around last season, 11th, 12th. Go hear how I'm talking right now, and then go hear how Lewis is talking last season, and it's the same. Just replace Manchester United with Chelsea.
Yeah.
And Lewis has said as much. In an alternative universe, I know what Flawless is going through now is what I could have been going through if we didn't sack Poch. And people want me to back these people who not only just kept him, they agreed to sack him. Then had a piss poor attempt at replacing him. Then because they couldn't replace him, gave him a new deal and helped them let him spend more money. And then wondered why we are where we are.
Yeah.
Knowing that you lot are all agreed to get rid of him. But you're like, I'm just going to... And expected it to... What happened if it would have went well? Then what?
He'd still be your manager.
Yeah, that's the point that I'm making. So you lot agreed he's not good enough, but if he performed well and then people had the cheek to say, oh, well, we signed these players for Amorim. No, we didn't. Otherwise, we would have kept certain players. Certain players, we could have kept certain wing backs and youngsters and all this. There was no plan, people. It was piss poor from the beginning.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was piss poor, but because it's Ineos and not Glazers, people don't want to go through that. Because if the Glazers had done this, we would have crucified them. Glazers would have done what Ineos did this summer in regards to the whole Ten Hag thing, we would have crucified them. And we know they're cretins and don't care about the football club, but Ineos are supposed to. But
yeah.
all right. I'm saying. But Jez, in the analogy, I said you don't have either. Imagine Jez. I'm saying I'm an electrician. I come to your yard and your electricity is out. And I say I'm going to fix it. And then once I leave, the water goes. So you got no electricity and no water. That's what they did. Outrageous, man. Outrageous. And big up to Sai for the super chat. Says run up likes, people. Don't be shit like Man United is fucking. Yeah, man. Don't be shit like Sai on football bingo, people.
Oh, yeah, man. I got a question there from Ant. I got answer. If Salah signs a new deal, you think he'd ever catch Rush? Nah, he can't catch Rush. Too far ahead. He could probably end up in second, but I don't see him. He can't catch Rush. Rush goals for Liverpool is just next level.
Different levels. Yeah, different levels.
Yeah, Rush for Liverpool.
That's not the striker, though.
Yeah, Rush was a striker. Salah is a right winger, so that's a difference too. But for the old heads like Pops and myself, Ian Rush was different gravy, people. Different gravy when it comes. He was what you call the epitome of clinical. Rushy in the box and the ball at his feet, that ball going in the back of the net. It was no joke. Rushy did not play. Did not play.
Yeah, first. And to just say, "Side, get your game up at the bingo, bro." He can't, man. You just cannon fodder in football bingo. Go on, carry on. Shout out Gasaido, that's my guy, but he is cannon fodder. Cannon fodder. It's all good, Simon. You'll get there one day. You know what I'm saying? You'll get there one day. Look at Andy saying, "Could we swap Núñez for Isak with a bit of cash?"
Highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely, but I'd do the swap.
I'm sure you would. I'm saying, I'm sure you would. That's when we needed Isak at Liverpool.
Isak's clinical ability with the amount of chances that we create. Oh my days.
Yeah, we don't need that. Man.
Oh yo. The world will be in trouble.
Oh, we don't need that. That's the last thing we need, yo. Hear how these men are laughing. Yo, we don't need Isak at Liverpool. I'm saying, you see what Jota does? It's like, and I rate Jota, but it's like Isak, nah. Forget all that.
Flawless would instantly turn gray. Instantly.
Facts. Just the whole bed. You know what I'm saying? And that. The whole bed, you just see me overnight. The whole bed would just be gray people. The whole thing. It's like, nah, they can't.
Flawless would be exactly like me. Look, see all this gray people? Flawless would be
all
like
of it, but the gray would be, you know what I'm saying? The sides of the bed too. Like they already tried me. That's what it is. Mr. Jazzy says, who do you have more faith in, me or Ineos? You just, at least I know you'll hold down the live stream. I don't know if I'm not about, and I say, hey, Jess, patting his live stream is going to be cold. I don't trust them. All right, you should show me. You go in bed with the yo, you help my ups. What we talking about? It's fuck you for life. But that's just me. It's what it is. I'm just like that. It is. I really, really am. But yeah, you lot
away from 100 people. Come on, let's get to the 100.
Run up the like, subscribe to Beijing Reds TV again, people. Link is in the title. One of the mods, one of the members. Please put Beijing Reds link in the chat. Go subscribe right now. Go run up the numbers. If you're a Liverpool fan, you should be over there. If you're supporting Sarcasm City TV, you should be over there. If you're a fan of content creating, it's quality content all week long over there on Beijing Reds TV, not just for Liverpool fans. So make sure you subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. Link is in the title, people, and underneath in the description as well. Real question. What's this? Nephew, real question is Sanchez or which Sanchez? Which Sanchez you talking about? Which Sanchez? Let me know. And you lot, again, hit the like button on here, subscribe. Don't forget the show's available on all audio platforms as well. Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc. Big up to all the Spotify listeners too as well. All right, we're going to have to go into this because we do play you lot. Your next Premier League game is us. Obviously, we got Newcastle and then you lot. So, Pops will go to you, man. Liverpool, Manchester United, first game of 2025. There will be this show that same night as well, normal time, 12:30 a.m. UK time. Look at these lot. Pops, what are you saying scoreline prediction?
I want a special one for you, Flawless.
Go on, this is going to be good.
Bars knows my favorite scoreline. But for you, I'm going to double it.
Go on. Saying 4.
4-0.
Yeah, I thought so. Saying 4. Faz, what are you telling me? What are you telling me, Bands? Man just laughed, you know.
I do one more than we do West Ham today. 6-0.
Same 6.
Dominoes.
So 6.
I want to put 6-0. We put game a 6-love. Anyone's playing dominoes, 6-love. We 6-love in Flawless and Man U next Sunday. And then the Beijing Barbados edition show next week gonna be so spicy.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
It might get cancelled after the joint stream. I had enough of one of Memphis day. That would
say. Facts. I have a Q&A that day as well. I have to hear about that shit. But you'll get regardless of the result, you'll all get this show, people. The first one, wait to start 2025. You know what I'm saying it falls on that day, so you'll get that. To Jesse says Flawless don't have that. United out some scripts. Now we gotta stand up in this game, man. Like we did, like we got a result there last year. We gotta get a result there this year.
Yeah, you did.
You did. You're right.
We gotta go there and scrap.
You had a draw for your life, man.
And it is. We gotta get. That's what we have to do. We can't go there and lose 4 or lose 6 or more than that or 5 or 3 again. Go put up a fight, man.
You know what was the difference though? Well, y'all came to Anfield. You didn't have Bruno Fernandes, and you played like a team. When he in your squad,
true.
You guys can get opened up like a can of sardines.
Hopefully, because it's the extra midfielder in there, Agate being back. Yo, just play Agate and Castle Amorim. Yo, Amorim, you my gaffer, man. You gotta get it right. You gotta get the Newcastle game right. You have to get this Liverpool game right. And yes, to someone who asked, my birthday is in January. Thankfully, it's not the same day. It's the 3rd, so it's a couple of days before. Thank God for that. It's not my birthday. Otherwise, I would definitely not have done a watch along. I'll let you lot know that right now. Hell no. If it was on my birthday, would I have done a watch along? Hell no. Absolutely not. But yeah, we gotta go there and get a result. What are we doing?
Tell me.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna go 0-0. You know what I'm saying? We're going back-to-back 0-0s. We're going back-to-back 0-0s. And that could change depending on the Newcastle game. But currently, right now, we're going back-to-back 0-0s, man. That's what it is. He's got to play Casper with Agate there. The back 5 picks itself. Front 3. Who's he play on top there? Fuck. Yeah, man. 0-0. Amorim, get it right. That's it, man.
Aye.
That's it. Get it right. Oh, Andy, of course, fans can turn. Fans, like, Barnes mentioned it already about fans trying to turn. It's crazy to me. Like, but hey, each to their own. Each to their own.
You'll probably see more turn.
If we get packed in on this line, it's the way we go about it there. We can't go there and get packed in. The performance can't be woeful and the scoreline can't be big. If we lose, and it's like, all right, we lost 2-0, for example, I go, all right, it was competitive, we lost 2-0, but we can't go there and get battered. Can't be a 10 out of 10.
If we score early, we
got to survive the early rounds. Yeah. We got to survive the early rounds. Don't even worry about it. We got to survive, and we got to figure out some form of way of attacking as well. That's my real prediction side. You know what I'm saying? This was all said last year, and it was 0-0. So
it is true. You did say that. You did say 0-0 last season. You did.
All this was said, and I was like, we'll go there and get a result. So I think
you are Salah's favorite team. And Salah in form right now. So
but you beat Newcastle tomorrow. Come into good form and draw with us on Sunday. Okay.
Hey, 4 out of the next 6, man. That's what I'm looking for.
So you're saying lost to Liverpool, lost to Arsenal?
No, draw now. It's a draw now.
Draw against you lot and Arsenal.
It's the FA Cup, so I guess
the FA Cup will probably switch it up because he said as much from his team against Spurs. I expect him to switch it up against Arsenal, but I hope he doesn't, and we go there because there's no replay. Go there and try win on pens.
No, yeah.
Go there and try to get a draw and knock them out on penalties. I think that's the aim.
Oh shoot! And just said it.
That's the aim, man. Win on pens.
Bad injury.
And just said anything. Bad injury for Gomez, Hammy. Oh, you knew it.
Wait, Van Dijk. So it'd be Van Dijk and Kwanzaa?
That's who played today.
Yeah, okay. Van Dijk and Kwanzaa. Yeah.
But Ebu is back for United.
Nah, he's going to play.
I don't think he plays, but I think he'll be on the bench.
No worries. We got, you know, like they say in basketball, certain players guard themselves. We got strikers who guard themselves, so it don't matter who plays the center back. You know what I'm saying? Hoyland guards himself, man. It don't matter. Ebu, Kwanzaa, like some youngster with 79 on his back. Like, it don't matter, man. I see this guy struggle against Dragusin and Archie Gray at center back. I don't know.
The same team that we put 6 against.
Yeah, them lot. Yeah. I don't know what he's gonna. Hey, Amorim, I don't envy you with these options. That's one thing I do say. I don't envy. I don't know what he does attacking wise, but yeah. But yeah, man, 4 points from 6 in the next 2, man. We got to. It's needed, man. We got to turn this around. We just can't keep losing games, people. Can't just keep losing games. Pattern up. But yeah, you lot. Fuck.
We 11 likes from 100 peoples. Hit those likes.
Girls up to 100 likes, people. Also, as well, you lot have I didn't even realize I've not even done the schedule for the month of January. Wednesday the 8th, you lot play Spurs away in the EFL Cup semi-final. First leg, we'll go to U-Bahn scoreline prediction. Speaking of Spurs, you lot could beat United and Spurs back to back. I never fucking hear the end of it. Oh Lord. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Hey, United, you must, man. I'll never hear the end of this.
I think
Liverpool beat United and Spurs back to back.
I think we can play a lot. Our team's gonna be really changed up against us Spurs the first leg because it starts in the Liverpool Stadium. Yeah, I think we beat them 3-0, comfortable 3-0, to be honest.
Cool. Actually, we would have done a show by then, but we'll still get your scoreline prediction anyway. Yeah, we would have done a show. Sorry, people, because it's Christmas time and New Year. It's threw me off. Pops, what are you saying? No.
And Slot's gone through a couple of, and Flawless is gone. Here we call you Slot because you know Arnie Slot is just doing a madness. Flawless has had a couple of bottles of rum already over the Christmas holidays. So you know.
Yeah, I might do. You know, I got some JD for Christmas, so that might be me still. I'm not gonna lie. That might be.
The cup is ours. You see Jacob in the chat. Cup is where yours.
Let's go. Hey, Jacob, I'm with you, man. I'm Spurs that day. You know what I'm saying? You saying Van der Ven, Romero back? You lot rotate. Hey, man.
That is your second team, though. To be fair, that is your second team.
Yeah. I have said don't let them go win the trophy. That's all I'm gonna say, man. It's looking peak, but don't let them go win a trophy. That's all I'm saying.
Don't worry, Jacob. We can be the result of Ange getting sacked from Spurs. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
Yeah, you're right, nephew. I'm Spurs every day.
After that 2-legger, and you out the cup competition.
Yeah, Spurs just have to take like some form of like lead back to Liverpool. That's what it is. Wow, the second leg ain't till the 6th of Feb. Crazy. What are you saying, Pops?
I swap any team almost completely for Spurs, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
his favorite scoreline?
No, I figured they could score. I figured Spurs score. I would take a 2-1, to be honest. I'd take a 1-goal lead going back home.
Jacob, you know it's all love. You're the Spurs fan that is a brother to us. It's all love, always.
Yeah, Jacob, a real one. Shout out to Jacob.
But when you down, yeah, you definitely gotta keep your neck on the ground for sure. I have to.
Nah, they need reinforcements badly, man. I watched some of the Spurs game today. And
they do.
Poor Archie Gray playing at centre back, just ain't right, man. He's a good footballer too.
He is. They drew against Wolves today. Oh yeah.
2 more conceded.
Yes.
41 goals scored. 41 goals scored. And you're on the second page.
Crazy work. Crazy. No defense at times. What it is.
So what's your scoreline for tomorrow, Flawless?
Oh shit, yeah, we play Newcastle. Fuck. Jesus. I don't like this Newcastle game whatsoever, man. I keep saying this stylistically, they all wrong for us, man. They all wrong for us, Newcastle. Yeah. Even if we was in great form and they was in bad form, I don't like playing these lot. And it's the flip of what I've just said. And we gotta get a dub, man. 2-1. We can't. Was it be 5 straight if we lose? We can't lose 5 straight across all. We can't lose 5 straight across all comps. I don't know if that's the league or all comps, but yeah, I think we can't. Gotta pick up a dub.
As if it would be 4. It'll be 4 in a row if you lose this.
Yeah, we can't lose 4 in a row. Yeah.
You beat City, remember?
Yeah. We did beat City. Yeah, I'm looking here. Yeah, we've won 1 game in our last 5. Nah. And that's in the league. Nah. I'm just looking here. Let's take out the Spurs game. I want to. Yeah. Nah. Get the dub, man. So we gotta go get the dub. 2-1 United. I think I said 2-1 Manchester United. That's what I said on Saeed's channel. Did I say 2-1 people? I think I said 2-1. Either way, goal. Newcastle probably score 2-1, man.
So you say you're gonna contain Isak tomorrow?
And Gordon.
I trust us. I trust us. From a defensive standpoint, I trust us. It's the other parts. It's the midfield and the attack, especially with no Agate.
How are you gonna handle Joe Linton tomorrow?
Hope he has a bad game. That's what we do.
He's a bully, bro. He bullies everyone.
We hope he has a bad game. We hope he just basketball sense. We hope he misses his shots. You pointing out Taught TV like we went to Eddie, Taught 3 and 20. That's what we needed to do from a shooting range. Needed to be missing shots. We ain't got nothing to combat them. I don't know what I don't envy Amorim. I don't know what he does with our midfield. Cass will play. Who you play alongside him? I don't know. I'm not trying to see Ericsson in there. I ain't trying to see Mano in there.
Tonali is going to be a handful for you guys in midfield tomorrow.
Yeah, that
Bruno G.
They're gonna run through the midfield. That's why we just gotta hope they have an off day. That's it. That's where it is with midfield. Hope they have an off day. Like,
all Isak need is a little bit of daylight, bro, and he burying there. That's all.
Right, I'm a big fan of Isak. I just does but depends who he plays. But if it's the lit out there, the Mazararis, the Euros, who else? I think we'll be all right. Casemiro in the side as well. Whoever's at wing back, whether it's Dalot, probably be Dalot. One of them, maybe Allister. I trust us defensively. It's everything else. But yeah, we hope they have an off day and we have an on day. That's it. And
you're sitting 500 record at Old Trafford this season.
Are we 500 at OT? I'm surprised it's not below 500.
Yeah, I think you're at 500 at OT this season.
Yeah. And yes, the Andy Leacher is playing poor. He was all right. He was decent against Wolves, but he was poor before that and should have been dropped. Should have been dropped before that, but he did. There was no issue. Kevin, is Maguire going to play? Maybe it depends on De Ligt's fitness. And I don't know what the manager's going to do. Does he play De Ligt right-sided centre-back and play Maguire central? Or does he drop Maguire and play De Ligt? Does he play Euro? Does he play Mazarari right-sided centre-back? These are all decisions. That's one thing. I don't know what his lineup's going to be. I've not been able to. I've give up trying to call what he'll do in regards to lineup. So I don't know. Personally, I'd play. What would I go with? Yeah, I play Mazarari. Why I put him right-sided? Because you got Gordon over there. I'd either play him right wing back or right-sided centre-back. One out of the two with their left-hand side.
You do have Gordon.
Yeah,
you know what Gordon likes doing. You know what Gordon likes doing.
Yeah, Gordon's Gordon.
He's tricky with it. He loves diving. Loves it. Loves diving.
He's a quality operator. So it's like play Maserati, Casemiro, delete over that side. Maybe he goes with and run it like that. I don't know what he does. Is he play Dalot against him? He's got options in regards to what he wants to do defensively. Midfield is the problem because it's literally just Casemiro. He'll probably go Casemiro Meno, probably. Yeah. I trust Maserati. He did all right, even though Cunha did well because Cunha's Cunha. He kept him fairly quiet. Cunha didn't really do much outside of our bozo goalkeeper letting a corner kick going, but that's not a Maserati. So I can't like.
I've seen two of those this week. You know,
yeah, two in a week from a corner. And people wonder why I've said the goalkeeper's not good enough.
That's rubbish defending to allow a goal to score from a corner kick. Rubbish. Catch the ball. Exactly.
Basics. You're a goalkeeper. You're 6 foot plus. His own analyze 6'1", 6'2" people. Correct me if I'm wrong. He might be taller, maybe a bit, but you have hands and to use. Catch the ball. You can see it. But that's on everyone. Our set pieces. Yeah, Newcastle fans should be getting loud. They're in great form. They've won 3 in their last 3 and been in form. The wrong time to be playing Newcastle.
And they're scoring a lot too.
And a hell of a lot of goals. What happened to Angel Gomez return still on? It's just reports, Kevin, because he's out of contract. But no one said whether he is or he isn't stated. There's been nothing concrete. Just rumors. That's all it is. Like with most things with Manchester United, just had no one concrete said anything. But I take Gomez. Yes, if they say the manager says go get me Gomez and he fits what we're trying to do, cool. But Gomez is talented. Plus, he's former United, so it makes sense why he's going to get linked to us. Of course, but you lot, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button, notification bell as well. Pops, anything you want to add before we do indeed close out?
No, man. Big up to you. Happy New Year in advance, because next time we see the chat will be 2025. So continue to enjoy the holiday season. Be safe out there. I'm out.
Absolutely. Hey, Barnes, let them know what you got coming up on Beijing Reds TV and anything else you want to add as well.
We got our match reaction tomorrow night, and then midweek we're gonna do the weekend review. Once the games, I guess we would do that probably New Year's Day because Arsenal plays New Year's Day. No one plays New Year's Eve. And then we got the preview show, and then catch us here next week on the dual stream next week for United Liverpool.
On
Great.
the 5th.
Can't wait.
On the
5th. This was a great idea. This show was a great idea. Like when I thought about it, people, it was a great idea. Fantastic. It's phenomenal. It was a phenomenal idea.
Yeah, make sure you head over to Beijing Reds. Sub to the channel if you've never been over. We've hit over to 4,200.
Oh, love that, man. Love that. Road to 4.5. Nah, scratch that. Road to 5K, man. Road to 5K.
Yeah, road to 5K. It is true.
Don't get there, man. Make sure
we need 8 more likes here for 100.
Yeah, man.
Make sure you all do that.
In regards to tomorrow, people, there won't be a Tokyo-ish, but you will obviously get the watch along. The Manchester United, Newcastle United game. So there'll be a watch along here on the YouTube. Also live on the playback. That'll be dual streamed. Make sure you follow the Sarcasm City TV playback. And then following that, because we didn't do it yesterday because I was out hosting the show, Premier League podcast Yardman edition. So we'll be back live with that tomorrow night. I believe 11:30 p.m. UK time, people. Yes, 11:30 p.m. UK time. That's what it is. So no fan calling show tomorrow. But like I said, you'll get the Premier League pod Yardman edition as well. But follow the playback, Sarcasm City TV, NBA content, Premier League, Champions League, Europa League, boxing, Formula One. You all know the vibes, UFC, etc. Yes, stream will be peak, Andy. And big yes, Beijing Reds TV. Make sure you lot subscribe to Beijing Reds TV as well. Oh, big up Pipe, man. Big up my Grenade. People from Grenada in the building, man. Salute every single time, man. I just seen that as a look that you put.
Granada Beach, Lanson P, Mount Morris. Big up to the Grenadians, man. Spice Island.
Shouts. Is Steve on tomorrow? I'm sure Steve will be there. So yeah, I can't really ban it. Oh, I've got this back. Fucking hell. Too generous, man. I've got Steve on and the Newcastle and then with these lot for the Liverpool game, yo.
Steve's gonna have you in pure trouble tomorrow.
Don't worry, Flawless. 3 points and a draw. You got this covered.
Yeah. I have it covered. I trust me. You know what I'm saying? I have it covered. It's just these players I don't. Me, I have it covered. My 50 is solid. My half of the deal is done. I did what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I did what I supposed to. You lot need to go and do what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? I backed you lot. I haven't turned. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here predicting 2 L's and I'm here still backing you lot to show up. Hey, do the business, man. You know what I'm saying? Go get 4 points from the next 6, and then we kick on from there.
I rate you, Flawless. You putting your head on a noose for these lads.
It has to be.
I rate it.
Yeah, even for them, it's for the club. I'm just united through and through. That's what it is. So it's like, all right, we're gonna be here through these terrible times. So I don't run, don't trip. So I don't be canceling streams. I don't cancel no watch-alongs, nothing. I'm here. No shows get cancelled on nothing, people, despite what the results are. So here we are. Flawless. If United perform like this, you will lose your head. But I already would have lost it if it wasn't for them. It better not be no 16 out of 10 performance. I'm telling you that much. They better just go put in a fucking performance. That's what it is. But we're going to close out. Oh, yeah, Barnes Pop, stay on. And I'll show you, man, about how to do it for the dual stream as well as an stream. But big up. Love to everyone that's locked in. We're going to redirect to Alam because he's currently doing an NFL watch along.
See on the
Yeah, he's currently doing an NFL watch along, people. Falcons, Commanders. So when you head over there to Alam's channel, put Sarcasm City Raid in the chat, hit the like button, subscribe. Yes. And shout out to Liverpool doing the business. Yeah. High five him, yeah. But love to everyone that has locked in, people. This has been the Manchester United Liverpool podcast, Premier League edition, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Bless.